You ever notice how you open Instagram for 1 minute and all of a sudden 45 minutes later, you're on there and you're scrolling past videos of dogs riding skateboards? Yeah, same. It feels like Instagram's whole vibe shifted over the past few years, and not necessarily for the better. So today we're going to be talking about how Instagram went from your favorite app to share vacation photos to, well, whatever it is now in 2024. Okay, so let's rewind a bit. Instagram launched in 2010 as a simple photo sharing app where you'd add your friends and family and even the celebrities that you really like. And after that, you'd take photos, you'd add a filter, you'd add captions, and then after that, you'd just click the post button, and as simple as that, your friends would see it, they would like it, they would comment on it, and it wasn't nothing more complicated than that. And now 14 years later, here in 2024, Instagram's doing everything it can to keep you, the consumer, hooked onto the app. Whether it be publicly comment on people's stories, or if that's not enough, you can even message AI chatbots of Kendall Jenner and Snoop Dogg. So I wanted to figure out how Instagram ended up here. How did we go from what was once a simple photo sharing app to now pretty much everything app? Well, to do that, I decided to lay down a quick timeline of what Instagram's biggest changes to now are so far to actually get a grasp on what the trend has been. So as I mentioned before, back in 2010, Instagram was started up as a simple photo sharing app. Now remember that part, a photo sharing app. And now this was something that became quickly popular, and a lot of people just loved the overall platform so much that in the first few months it gained 1 million users, and within the first year it already had 10 million users. In fact, this app became so popular it started catching the attention of other startups such as Facebook. In fact, Facebook was so interested in Instagram, well, in 2012 they decided to acquire Instagram for $1 billion. Now, $1 billion is, well, an insane amount of money, even for Facebook, and they were not gonna let Instagram just sit there, and they instantly got to work. Now, after that, in 2013, Instagram now allowed users to upload 15-second videos on their platform, which allowed more flexibility than just photos. So that meant you could share more moments of your life. And more than that, it was also a competitor to Vine that released just a few months before that feature came out. Now, keep that in mind for a second. Now, after that, in 2016, Instagram's next big feature came, and that was stories. Now, stories, you probably already know what it is, but it's basically just a vertical photo or video that lasts on your account for 24 hours. And now this, once again, was actually taken from another company called Snapchat. Now, Snapchat originally announced stories, and users loved it so much that Instagram said, well, let's do the same thing. Now, after that, in 2018, Instagram had their next big feature release, and this was IGTV. Now, IGTV was more long-form content, I believe up to an hour on Instagram, and this was another clear nod to another company called YouTube. Now, after that, more recently in 2020 during the pandemic, Instagram actually came out with probably one of their biggest feature changes in a long time, and that was Instagram Reels. Now, you definitely know what Instagram Reels are. It's essentially just vertical short form content that you keep scrolling through, and it's pretty much an endless scroll. And once again, this wasn't an original idea from Instagram. This was taken from TikTok, which is still probably very dominant in that area. Now, Reels had such a big success on Instagram's platform that in 2022, Instagram changed their algorithm to prioritize video content.
2022 is going to be an even bigger year. We're going to have to rethink what Instagram is. We're going to double down on our focus on video. We're no longer just a photo sharing app, and consolidate all of our video formats around Reels and continue to grow that.
Now, Instagram didn't even stop there. The year after, to take on Twitter/X and their new overhaul by Elon Musk, Instagram launched their own new app called Instagram Threads, and they even put a feature called Instagram Notes within the app. And they never even stopped there. Right now, they're still implementing all these AI features such as AI chatbots with random celebrities, and they're continuing to further grow their platform. So I think you guys get the point I'm trying to make. Instagram's gone from what was once a simple social media app to catch up with friends and family, to now an addictive experience of endless scrolling through content created by absolutely random people that's fed to you by an algorithm. So what's really happening here? Well, Instagram's capitalizing on what marketers and psychologists call dopamine-driven design. Facebook has essentially turned Instagram into a playground of dopamine hits where each single feature that comes out is specifically designed to keep you, the consumer, engaged on the app as long as possible. Like just looking at some of the recent features that came out, let's take a look at adding music to your profile or even adding public comments on people's stories. This is a clear play to social proof. Now, in case you don't know what social proof means, it's essentially, well, tapping into our inner desire to be seen and heard in front of everybody. And similar to that, you notice how the reels just never end and your feed keeps going on and you can endlessly scroll through your feed. That's not just a coincidence, that's by design, and Instagram's using what's called the casino effect here, and just like it sounds, they're essentially using the same science behind slot machines to keep you behind there forever and keep scrolling down. In fact, a recent study at Harvard Business Review found that consumers were way more likely to watch another video after watching 5 consecutive videos compared to watching another video when they just watched one video. So clearly this is by design, and Instagram wants you to be more glued on the app for longer. So I think I've made it pretty clear, Instagram's trying to keep us glued on their app forever, and they're going way out of their way to use all these behavioral, psychological, and marketing strategies to do so. But at the same time, why are they doing this? How does it benefit or impact them? Well, if Instagram can keep the user engaged longer, they can collect more data and serve more ads. It's essentially a feedback loop where you keep coming back. Remember, Instagram is not just a simple social media platform anymore, it's a very highly sophisticated marketing tool. Every story you watch and every reel you swipe through and every post you send to your friends, they're collecting data about what you like, what you don't like, and what you linger on a little too long. All this data is used to keep you, the user, engaged and surprise, keep scrolling further and further. This is a term many behavioral economists call the attention economy, and Instagram is probably one of its biggest manipulators. It's a literal survival game where only the most engaging or outrageous content will actually make it to the top, and this is starting to have its reflections in society. Don't believe me? Compare the elections from 12 years ago in America to the elections today. We're seeing the same patterns. More engaging and more outrageous content is actually what's starting to become more popular within people, while the average and more tamed down content is actually starting to be what people dislike. So all in all, what does the future hold for Instagram? Well, probably more of the same. More features, more algorithm changes, and overall just more attempts to keep us liking, scrolling, and commenting, and overall just glued to the app. Now, as much as we all love to complain, we're all still here engaged and even addicted to Instagram, aren't we? Instagram today is a patchwork of features taken from everywhere. TikTok's short form videos, Snapchat stories, MySpace's profiles, Twitter's microblogging, and I can't even go on forever. It's a bit of everything, and at the end of the day, maybe even a whole lot of nothing. But the real question is, at the end of the day, will this jack of all trades approach really work for Instagram? Or is this approach gonna be the downfall of Instagram? Well, only time will tell.